Hello, and welcome to the Nights in the Nightmare Let's Play. This is video 8, covering scene 5. The music this time is from Splinter Cell Conviction. This is the music that plays in the airfield. Hopefully it suits the LP. Okay, so last time we covered a boss fight, the werewolf Jamie. We saw how, when fighting a boss, there's no monster matrix to worry about. The boss's health bar is at the bottom of the screen where the monster matrix would normally go, and below that's another bar, the rage meter. As I hit the boss, his rage meter climbs, and then when it caps out, he does a special attack. Now, an interesting quirk about the rage meter is that it's tied to the boss's current health. So, as I hit the boss, it reduces his current health, of course, but at the same time, it also reduces the cap on the rage meter. So, the boss is able to do the special move more and more as he gets closer to death. In addition to that, we have a new class, the Archer. Archers are very interesting units, and I'll definitely be sure to use them when the situation calls for it. Finally, we got a crash course in how not to get key items. My hermit, Moira, wailed on a treasure box too hard, and it bypassed the open status. That meant it jumped straight from normal to fragile, and the key item was trapped inside. It was my own fault. I charged her attack for too long. So, to fix it, we had to get Johan in to completely destroy the treasure box. Then we had to wait a couple rounds until it respawned. Then, when it came back, we hit it a little more gently and got to open status, and we finally got the key item inside. Wasn't that fun? Finally, with the story. We killed the werewolf, and some knights found the body and freaked out. And yeah, the werewolf was the prince, aka our son. Doesn't matter who you are, you get in the way of the wisp, you get fucking killed. Finally, I made a few comments in earlier videos saying how I wanted to cover how height worked in the game and elevation differences and the role it played in your attacks. I was working on a video for that when it dawned on me that the video was like 90% still images. So I realized it worked better as a forum post, and that's what I did. I made a forum post. So, I've put the link to the forum post in the description below. If you're interested in reading how height works in the game and how it affects your attacks, then go ahead and check it out. Okay, I think that catches us up. Let's see what we got here now. Okay, first things first, let's check out the silhouettes. We have another warrior. This one's purple, so he must be darkness affinity. Let's hold the stylus to him and check him out like we have always done. Bailey Y. Fender, and there's the all-important yellow banner stating that a key item will make him join. Now, since that yellow banner's there, we know that we have that key item in our possession, so we will definitely be able to recruit Bailey here. Up top, we have a green silhouette. Let's see who it is. Frances Merville, another hermit, and another yellow banner, so we'll recruit her as well. Okay, that leaves one more silhouette. It's another green one. Let's see who we have. Alright, this one's name is Erica Valle Sokolov. That's a pretty cool name. And she's a duelist. So, we have a new knight class. Alright, let's get into how a duelist works in the game. First thing to notice, they attack in the northwest and northeast directions. They cannot attack southward. So, they're like warriors in that regard. Here's Bailey attacking northwest and northeast, but not southward. And Erica has the same limitation, northwest and northeast. We're in law phase now, and it looks like the range of the attack is pretty generous, stretches several squares ahead. And there's also a small AoE at the location of the duelist. The attack also has a knockback effect, but unfortunately it's a little hard to take full advantage of due to the directional orientation of the duelist. I'll go into more detail when I cover status effects. Anyway, if we switch to chaos phase, it's a shorter range, but there's something very important about this attack. After the attack is charged, when you release the stylus, the duelist will actually hop one square ahead. So, we have another unit that can move on the battlefield. Now, at first glance, this seems inferior to the Lance Knight's movement capabilities. After all, a Lance Knight can move in any direction, while a Duelist can only face northwest or northeast. However, there's an important distinction that the Duelist's attack has. She can actually jump to squares that are higher than her. Remember, a Lance Knight has a max height difference of 0.5, so if the Lance Knight was on a square with a height of 1.0, and then he or she wanted to move to a square that had a height of 2.0, it wouldn't work. Now remember, you can see the height of any square if you hold the stylus to it. For example, this square here I'm touching, in the lower right corner it says height 2.0. Now as far as I know, the Duelist has no height restriction. For example, this square here with a monster on it, it has a height of 0.5, and this square right next to it has a height of 12.0. And yeah, Erica can jump up there. That's no mean feat when you think about it. The only stipulation is that you need Erica to charge up, so you'll have to wait for the charge. And we'll try it in the first round. Alright, what else? Well, let's take a look at all the obstacles on the field. We have some barrels here, so they would be classified as containers, and that means we need to pound on them nice and gentle-like until they reach open status, at which point the key item will pop out. Now, like I mentioned, last time I failed to do that right, so it was a little more painful than it needed to be. Let's see if I can do a better job this time. Okay, aside from those, we have this signpost here, and we have a patch of grass here, and finally, a freaking rock. As you can probably imagine, you need to beat on this damn rock a lot to get the key item out. Ugh. Well, let's plan this out. Since this patch of grass here is not a container, I don't have to hit it real gentle-like. I can beat on it while I'm beating on this rock. If it gets some of the splash damage, that's fine. It's not a container, so I don't need to worry about getting it to the open status. It can go straight to fragile for all I care. That's when I get the key item. On the other hand, these barrels here are containers, so I need to make sure they don't get any splash damage when I'm trying to pound on this stuff down here. They are on higher ground than this stuff here, so I have a feeling that the weapon I use won't be able to cover the height disparity anyway. Or I suppose I could just get the barrels first, that'd work too. As for the signpost here, that's a little out of the way. I could have Erica beat on it though before she jumps up to this high block. She'll have to do that in Law phase though. I can't do it in Chaos because if I give her a Chaos weapon and then charge her, when she does her attack, she'll hop to the square, as she's supposed to. Then I'll charge her again, and then she'll hop to the next square. So she'll just keep on trucking. The signpost won't get damaged enough. However, if I'm in Law phase, she'll plant her feet. She won't move around. So I can have her plink away, and the AoE will take care of the signpost for me. Alright. So that tells me I need to get a Law weapon for Erica. Let's see what we got. Okay, sort by Duelist. Looks like I only have 2 Duelist weapons right now. A Sanctity one and a Darkness one. Alright, let's see what we got here. Bloody Rapier. Well, that is active in Chaos phase. I don't want that one. Alright. Silver Rapier. That's active in Law phase. That is what I want. Okay, that'll work. Let's put it in. Alright. But there's a problem here. That Silver Rapier is a level 7 weapon. So the Knight needs to be a level 7 to wield it. And if we look at Erica's silhouette, she's only level 6. In fact, if I touch the Rapier, Erica gets crossed out, says, nope, she's too low, can't have it. So shit, that's an issue. Erica cannot brandish that Silver Rapier, so we're going to need to figure out another solution. Well, we could put Marden in there. If we put him there, he could trot down 1 square to here, and then he could face northwest and pound on the signpost. Then once he gets the key item, he could face northeast and help hit enemies. That would work. He's pretty similar to Erica in which he has to do this in Law phase. If I move him here and then in Chaos phase, I try to attack the signpost. This signpost is an obstacle. He wants to move in Chaos phase when you charge him, so I charge him up and I let go of the stylus, and he's like, no, I can't. There's a thing there. I can't move. So he'll just sit there and not do anything. However, in law phase, he doesn't try to move. He's not going to be physically blocked then, of course. So he can just sit here and plink away at that signpost. Okay. Alright, let's give him a law weapon. Although I am getting a little ahead of myself. We better equip key items for the knights right now. Since Erica's not on the field right now, and she won't be for the first round, let's worry about Bailey and Francis here. Alright, looks like this is important to Bailey. Let's load it up. And this apparently belongs to Francis, so let's load this one up. Alright, so 2 of our 4 item slots are occupied. That leaves 2 inventory slots, and I know I want Martin to have a law weapon, so let's equip that. Table. Take away Duelist sort. Sort by Lance Knight. Let's see what we have here. Alright. Paladin Lance, level 10. Martin cannot wield that, he's only level 5. So don't need that one. That leaves the Halberd and the Darkish. So let's compare these and see which one I want. It looks like they both work in law phase. If we check out the Halberd, check out the damage it does. It's 159 damage for 14 hits. Off the top of my head, I should have done this ahead of time. That's what, close to, I'll say, 2200 damage. Okay, so not bad. Every time I charge Martin, if I give him a full charge, he should do around 2200 damage, I'm going to go with. The Darkish, though, look at that. 1800 times 2, so 3600 damage. Now, there are multipliers involved with how the damage is calculated here, but this is a good enough baseline for me. I'm just going to go with it. So, I'm going to give him the Darkish. Alright. What else is left? I think that we have Martin covered. We better cover Francis, huh? Excuse me. Hermit. Remember, I wanted her to have a chaos weapon so she could hit the barrel, and she'll be able to hit this guy too. And this guy is an ice enemy, so heck, let's give her a fire weapon. Alright. That guy is going to be so miserable. Alright, so that should cover first round. As for second round, looking at this grass and this rock, it looks like it's out of my warrior's reach. He could hit the grass there, but I think there's probably a more efficient way to do this. If we moved him up 1 square, then his law attack, if he's standing here, his law attack would cover this area. So then he could get both of these at the same time, and there'd be no threat to the barrels either. Okay, that would work out, and then after he's gotten that, standing here, then the round after that I could give him a chaos weapon, and he could do a pretty good job covering this general area, hitting enemies. So that would work out, but I think that would actually make hitting this guy in future rounds difficult. Alright. Well, I suppose, how about this then? We can use Martin again. So after the first round is over, I can put Martin in this spot, charge him up to here, let him beat on this stuff, get the key items. Then when he's done, he could actually move back here. Okay, that should work. Then, yeah, after that, I would swap in a warrior, and then the warrior in chaos phase should do a pretty good job covering this general area. In fact, the warrior could hit these 2 items and this signpost in chaos phase. And if they're at 100% fragile, they'll of course break and I'll get the orbs inside. Okay, that sounds like it'll work. Martin's horse is going to get a workout though, that's for sure. Alright, we've covered the grass, the rock, and the signposts. What about the barrels? Well, yeah, Francis can definitely cover this barrel here. That poor guy, that poor bastard. Alright, as for the other barrel, I have a plan for that, but we'll have to wait a few turns, so hopefully I don't forget. Alright, this means I think we have a means to get all the key items. Let's check out the NPCs before I forget. Okay, this guy's name is Monk Walsh, and look, there's no telltale yellow banner. So shit, I must have missed this guy's key item somewhere. Damn it. Well, since this guy is an NPC, it's not like I can recruit him. If I had his key item, he'd trade me for a weapon, but it's not the end of the world that I can't do it. So I guess I'm over it. Who else do we have here? Melfi Koenig, I guess. And shit, another missing yellow banner. So I've not been doing very good, have I? Son of a bitch. Well, it can't be helped now. Alright, one last NPC. Nadia Elliott. And there, finally, a yellow banner. So, we have her key item, and when we present it to her, she'll give me a weapon. So at least we have that one. But, Nadia Elliott, does that name ring a bell? We've heard that name mentioned when we gave Johann his key item, the knitted scarf, way back in Scene 1. He mentioned that his mother hand-knit the scarf for him. By the way, Johann's full name is Johann Elliott. So yeah, this is his mother, and she's dead. He's not aware that she's dead, and she's not aware that he's dead. For that matter, I don't know if the characters in this game are aware that they themselves are dead. Anyway, there's no way for him to interact with her. They're just two dead people. They'll never see each other again, and they'll continue to exist completely unaware of what's going on and what's happened to the other. So yeah. Anyway, we have her key item, but we don't have the inventory space to give it to her yet. So I guess we'll put that on the back burner for now. Alright. I think we're close, but before we start, let's check out the new monsters. And please take a moment to appreciate the portraits. They're really well done. Alright, this guy is a goblin, and his special note says when an item appears. Now this is worth mentioning. So say you beat on an obstacle and out pops the key item, so it's just sort of hovering there above the busted obstacle. What happens is, this son of a bitch will send out an attack that retrieves the key item. Then he puts it in his freaking bag jar thing. So yeah, he steals it. When that happens, you have some options. You can kill the bastard during the round, and upon his death, the key item will be freed. But if the round ends and you fail to kill him, then you have a problem. You can drag the same monster back into the next round with the monster slots, but guess what? He doesn't have the key item anymore. That's right, fuck you. At that point, you only have one choice. You need to destroy the obstacle with a warrior and then let it respawn. So yeah, you get another chance if the obstacle respawns. Are they not merciful? The take-home message here is, don't let this asshole steal your key items. God. Alright, moving on to the next one. There's another special note about grams for this monster. However, at this time we don't have the ability to use grams in the game, so we don't need to worry about it right now. For the record, a gram is basically a trap. You can booby trap one of these squares, and then when a monster steps on it, then they get attacked. Alright. I think we're finally ready. So, let's review our plan. Right now, Martin's here. We'll start the first round. We'll recruit the knights. Then we'll move Martin to here. Then he can beat on this signpost until the key item comes out. At that point, we'll just get whatever kills we can. Might as well have Francis here open this barrel. Alright, at the end of that round, we'll swap out Martin and put in Erica. Then we can equip her key item and we'll recruit her as well. Then we'll put Martin here and have him trot up to here. Then he can beat on the grass and the rock and get the key items out of that. Once he's done that, I think I'll move him back here to wait for the next round. Then after I've done all that stuff, Erica, who will be standing here, she needs to hop her way up to this square here. At that point, I think we'll only have this one barrel left to worry about. So what I plan to do is, once Erica gets up here, I'm going to have Dreas swapped in, and then he can just bomb this area pretty easily. And that should work out pretty good, I think. Alright, it sounds like a plan. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Alright, let's give it a try. Defeat enemies and fill one line of kill markers within 9 turns. Okay, we're gonna do this. Alright, we'll start the round with pause talks like we always have. Seems a little skittish, doesn't she?
I shall fulfill my duty.
So Martin is mentioning Dreas. He's our archer. As far as the lore is concerned, yeah, Dreas is pretty young. I think he's 16 or 17. Apparently Martin has concern over that. So that's interesting. May come in handy later, huh? Apparently this has sentimental value, and it's Woken Bailey, for lack of a better term, so he will join us now. Alright, same with Francis here. We've woken something in her, and now she'll join us. Get Martin in position. Oh, there I overcharged him like an idiot, so I need to move him back. Alright, switch to law phase. Key item pops out, good job. Let's let Francis get her key item. No, you don't. Okay, key item popped out. That guy took notice. Oh, he grabbed the hand. Goes into his jar. Ah, look how fucking pleased he is with himself. Fuck you, man. Like, and there's our key item. So, not so smug now, is he? Oh, you don't. Alright. I don't have anything else really to do at this round, but I do need more magic points, so I guess I'll farm gems. And I really should have let that blob split, because I'd have two guys. Alright. Go ahead and split, buddy. There we go. I have two guys that hit for gems. Alright, I'm up to 9 magic points. I'll just stop. I have 15 seconds left. 15.96 actually. I'm going to convert that remaining time for experience points. C+. Monster slots. At this point I don't care too much. Alright, we got some kills, and we recruited some knights. Let's get Erica in here. Oh, there we go. And we'll equip her key item. And we'll go ahead and equip Nadia's key item too. Nope. Crochet needles. Well, that makes sense. She did knit that scarf for Johann. The scarf was his key item, so it had sentimental value to him. And then, in a sense, it woke him up, and then that made him join us. Alright. We need to get Martin in here. Get out of there, Bailey. It's going to be his job to trot over here and then beat on these two items. Alright. Let's also swap out Francis for Moira. Remember, Moira is going to be our main hermit. Alright. I think we're ready to go.
Engage!
So, Erica mentions Moira by name here. Remember, Moira was actually engaged to a knight before she died. Looks like, I don't know, there's some kind of a triangle thing going here. I don't know. Now, just by virtue of Erica mentioning Moira, that doesn't necessarily mean they have a strong connection. So, we'll check it out later, but she may or may not have a personal relationship with Moira. Probably not, but we'll see. So this teapot apparently woke up some memories, some fond memories for Erica, and that's enough to get her to join. Alright, let's talk to the NPCs now. Alright, you know, she doesn't act as though she understands she's dead. That's not really your problem now, man. Oh. Oh, yeah. Don't really need to worry about that, do we? And if you notice, the game will actually track previous conversations, and if it's relevant, then we have the option of reviewing that. So let's see. Johann previously said... An only son, Johann. Alright, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Alright, she has her key item, so I should get a weapon for this. And sure enough, there we go. Alright, that guy made a move for that weapon. Fuck him. Alright, let's get Moira, or excuse me, let's get Erica up to her block. She's gonna piss off that fairy. She's charging, charging, charging. She's charged enough. There she goes. Not bad. Holy shit. Jesus, guys. Alright, I'm gonna kill that fucking spider. I gotta clear up some of these enemies.
You shall be engulfed.
Thank you, Moira. Thank God. Alright, let's get Martin up there. Remember, Martin's gonna beat on these two objects to get the key items out. Alright, one popped out. The rock, the stupid fucking rock, at the bottom right you can see 21% damage. So this is going to take a few more attacks, isn't it? $46. %. 93%. This attack should do it. Alright, thank God. I'll switch to Chaos. I want Martin to sit there. And then the rest is just any kills I can get. I should have done that in the first place. There we go. Alright, man. Huh. Okay, for this next round I definitely want a blob. So, you, and there we go, you. Okay, this grass is at fragile, the rock is at fragile, and the signpost is at fragile. So if I hit them with a warrior's skill, then they'll be destroyed, and then some orbs will pop out, which I can use to strengthen items later. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Johan, get in here. So Johan and his mother on the same field. That's all the further it goes. As for Erica, there's not much more she can do there. I'm going to take her out and put Duelist in. And then in Chaos phase, Duelist should have some pretty easy pickings. Don't forget, as an archer, one of his quirks is that the higher he is in the stage, the higher his elevation is, the faster he charges. So he's going to charge really quick on that block that's at 12 height. Okay, let's give him a weapon. Handmade bow. That is law, don't want that. Gusbow, law, don't want. Alright, handmade bow it is. Alright, aside from that, we're just going to keep plinking away. I guess I better give Johan a weapon, huh? Don't need this anymore. Marden's off the field. Since there is a fire enemy here, I'm going to give Johan that good old frozen axe. That's seen us through thick and thin, hasn't it? Man, Johan should be able to cover some pretty decent range here. This guy can be covered by Duelist. Johan can cover this guy. And of course, this poor bastard, there's no escape from Moira here. Alright. Let's just get as many kills as we can now. Alright, I'm going to start by getting these weapons busted, or excuse me, the objects busted so I can get the orbs. And the orb. Those were, of course, ice orbs because it was a frozen axe. That makes sense. Oops. Come on, bitch. No, you don't. Alright. I'm gonna let him split. Moira's gonna put this blue guy out of his misery.
You shall be engulfed.
Alright. We're doing pretty good here. I want to talk about a gameplay mechanic now. And it's really a simple thing, but it has a huge effect on gameplay. And in my opinion, it really reveals that the developers have a great understanding of game theory. I mean, they did construct this crazy game, so credit where credit's due. But this thing I want to talk about now, I have to say I'm really impressed with it. Basically, at any time, I can hold either the L or R buttons, and then I hide. This is called hiding. Now, if you notice, the background is dimmed a little, and the music's a little softer. Remember, I can do that at any time I want. Well, what's the point? When I'm hiding like this, I receive half damage. So, that one attack from the blob, this bubble here, normally it does 5 seconds damage to my time limit up here, but if I'm hiding, it'll only take 2.5 seconds away. So, pretty simple so far. The downside is I can't interact with anything on the stage. So I can't charge a knight. Come on, Duelist, come on. I can't pick up a weapon. I can't pick it up. I can't change the phase. Oh, I want to be in law. I can't even do pause talks. So I can't do anything. Now, this has huge implications. First off, it's a handy cancel. Let's say I'm not hiding, and I grab this axe here, and whoops, I didn't want it. Oh, well, all I have to do is tap L, and then I hide briefly, and the axe gets restored into its original position. Let's say I'm wisping around, minding my own business, and I brush past Duelist. And oops, oh shit, I didn't want to charge him. That was a mistake. Well, what do I do now? I can either let up the stylus and he'll attack, but he just performed an attack, of course, so that costs him vitality. A better option is Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I can just hide really quick. I can no longer interact with Duelist, so the attack is cancelled, and he doesn't lose any vitality because he didn't do anything. So, as you can see, hiding can be used defensively, but it's also got a good utility. It's a good cancel. I've done that a few times in the videos and never explained how I did it. So now you know. And that's all fine and well. But there's another dimension here. So far we haven't seen a lot of threatening attacks in this game yet. I mean, I've bumbled into some enemy shots a lot, but nothing that's really threatened me seriously. Well, there are attacks out there that are really bad, and especially as we encounter more bosses. There's a lot of attacks that do crazy stuff, like they turn a significant portion of the screen into danger zones. Now, example of that would have been when we fought the last boss, the werewolf Jamie. He did a move where he'd swipe with his claws, and then a second or two later, the screen would get these slash marks on it, and they were pretty dangerous. Pictured here, I am eating shit from that attack. Yeah, that hurt a little. And you can see how much of the screen was taken up from his attack. Later enemies are worse. At least this attack was stationary. Anyway, to make matters worse, after you get hit in this game, the Wisp doesn't really have a lot of invincibility after. Now, you know how when you're playing Mario or Mega Man and you get hurt, I guess Mario gets shrunk, but then both he and Mega Man, they flash for a couple seconds, and you're invincible, so you can get out of danger. The Wisp gets a very short invincibility time. Basically, when you get hit, it makes this kind of a pff sound, as if the game's laughing at you, I might add. Immediately after that noise, you're vulnerable again. I'll demonstrate here with one of these bubbles. Right now we have 39 seconds, we'll say. And... oof. Alright, I just lost 15 seconds. I lost 25% of my entire limit in a couple seconds. So, ouch. So, you really stand to lose your ass if the wrong attack connects. Especially if the attack is big or it covers a large portion of the field. Like, for example, that werewolf slash. If you get caught in the wrong place, you can really lose a shitload of time. And that's just one example. There's other times when it's not necessarily an area of the field that's a danger zone. It's just an insane barrage that lasts, 10 seconds where you have to endure that time with a bunch of little attacks. So, hiding is a good insurance policy that you won't get damaged too much. But here's the catch. Let's say you charge a warrior. So, Johan, I want you to attack. And I charge him up. Alright, he's charged up. Oh, I should have noted we had one magic point, and now since I equipped him, I'm down to 0. So let's say I have him charged, but then the enemy wanders out of range, and so you're standing there, waiting and trying to vamp and failing. In the meantime, another enemy does a tell, like say the werewolf, he swung his claws. So now you know in about a second there's a big attack coming. Well, let's say you're not sure you can dodge it. So what the hell do you do? If you hide, you cancel the attack. So we're hiding, and we know now if we get hit, we'll get half damage. And look, we got the magic point back. And Johan didn't swing, so he didn't lose any vitality. But look, we did not get our time back from charging Johan. We lost that for good. It's time that's spent, we'll never get it back. And you could argue that time is the single most precious resource you have in this game. So, let's go over the possibilities. Why would you hide? Well, let's say I charge him up. I'm down to 14.96 seconds now. And let's say, there's a big attack coming. Okay, am I going to hide? I would hide if I don't have the confidence that I can dodge the attack, and I think that getting hit by the attack would be worse than forfeiting the time I spent charging. Hopefully I described that dilemma well. Let's say I'm holding a charge knight and there's a big attack coming. I have two choices. For one, I can say, I believe in myself, so I don't hide. Well, based on that decision, there's two outcomes. Either I get hit, and I eat the full damage of that attack, and I could really lose my shit. Or I could successfully dodge it and give myself a high five. That's a risk. Let's say the attack is coming and I lose my nerve and I say, fuck it, I'm gonna get hit, I have to hide. So I hide. I've lost the time spent charging, it's gone forever. And of course, the attack's coming and I still want to dodge it, of course I do. So I'll still try to dodge it if possible. But say I get hit and I only receive half damage. Well, there's two outcomes. So let's say I do get hit, I receive half damage, or I could actually dodge it for real, and then in that case I'd think, son of a bitch, why did I cancel that attack? So, I don't know if I'm conveying this very well, but it boils down to a ton of risk-reward moments that happen in each scene. And in most cases, you have like a second to decide. Now, this really adds a lot to the gameplay, and I have to give Sting credit for such an intelligent choice in the design. Unfortunately, I don't know how much that will be translated to the video. It might be something that's just in the player's benefit. I mean, after all, it's in their head that they have to make the decision. But, all the more reason for everyone to play this game, right? Alright, I think that's enough. I'm just gonna start killing dudes. I'm sick of seeing their fucking faces anyway. Alright. C-. Yeah, I suppose. Alright, we have a few flashing monsters in the monster slots. Of course, that means if I kill them, that ends the round. And during all my blathering and yapping, I failed to get that final barrel. So shit, maybe I should pay attention, huh? Alright, that's not going to be a problem. Dreas can get it, no problem. You, and there's a new enemy type in this yellow slot, so I'll go for him. I'm down to 0 magic points, that's kind of bad. But otherwise, my knights are set up pretty good, so I'll quick have Dreas get this barrel, and then we'll just start getting kills. Let's check out the new enemy. This guy's special notice says it guards against attacks, and yeah, that's true. And this guy's a complete pain in the ass for it. Alright, let's get this show on the road. This will be turn 4. We are doing pretty good. If you look at the monster matrix, we've got quite a few kills. So let's just keep it up. I cannot start this round attacking because I have no magic points, so let's get some gems going.
Feel the wrath of my blade. Follow my lead.
You in two. It worked. Ready? You in two. It worked. Attack. You in two. It worked.
That's good. The knight guards, but he is vulnerable when he does his own attack. So I have Dreas charged up. I'm gonna go for that witch.
I'll carve you into pieces.
Jeez. Alright. Oh. Somehow the knight got himself killed. I don't know how that happened. I'm gonna go for that barrel. Oh, but can I miss completely?
I'll carve you into pieces. It worked.
I really wouldn't mind if that witch died, though. She's getting on my nerves. Alright, barrel.
Carve you into pieces. It worked.
Now I think we have all key items, so let's just get some kills. I really like the Hermit's idle animation. I shouldn't say idle, when they're charged. Look at how she's... looks really cool. The wind's blowing, she's ready to unleash.
Break out. You shall be engulfed.
Which is the last one standing. Let's get rid of her.
Break out. I'll carve you into pieces. See that? Item got me straight through. We won.
Alright, we satisfied the monster matrix. So that does it. And I cap out at a B. Way to sell yourself, Bailey. Yes, please do. Welcome aboard. Okay, here we are once again at the familiar inventory screen. As usual, I'm going to cut out what I do here and then I'll describe it later. So I'll see you on the other side. Okay, we're back. All I did this time was I leveled up Dreas and Johan a little bit. I'm going to attempt to put a screenshot of it on the video now. So either you're watching that screenshot right now and you're checking it out and seeing how they've changed. Basically their vitality went up and that's more or less it. Either you're seeing that now or I'm talking over a static inventory screen and sounding like an idiot. So whatever, let's just move on. I didn't bother with trans souls. I tend to put those off as much as I can. And otherwise I didn't do anything else with the items. I didn't see a need to strengthen anything yet. Alright, and now we're ready for the next scene. So, what did we learn there? Well, first off, during the flashback cutscene, some knights were talking about the events. It appears that the prince was betrothed to the princess of the Tiamats. We've heard the Tiamats mentioned before. Basically, they are a downtrodden race. There's been conflict between the Tiamats and our kingdom here, and the Tiamats are on the outs, so to speak. So it's pretty rough for them. If you recall, the king was looking to make what the game referred to as a blood tie between the Tiamats and his kingdom. It appears that that blood tie was a marriage between the prince and the princess of the Tiamats. We don't know very much about the Tiamats yet. However, Bailey in that flashback did mention some physical characteristics, didn't he? He said horns and wings. And yes, the Tiamat people, they're humanoid, but yes, they do have horns and wings. So I suppose they're pretty easy to tell. Aside from that, I don't know. The narration seemed to indicate that it was scandalous, but I didn't think the knights really thought too much of it. They were just kind of gossiping. They didn't seem up in arms about it. In fact, they seemed to support the marriage. So whatever. I don't think it's really important. Now remember, the prince being betrothed to the princess of the Tiamats was also asked about by Peach, that frail girl we saw a few scenes earlier. She asked her grandpa, what about the prince? And the grandpa was like, yeah, he's busy. He's busy. So there's apparently some kind of a triangle going on there. Not that it matters, I suppose. The prince is, of course, dead. And to further go deeper, that grandpa has just been named in this cutscene as Cape Horn, and apparently he's a man of importance. He has a general, Aquina, and she's reporting in to him. It appears as though they're trying to, I guess the gist I got was they're trying to cover up the whole prince thing. I guess we'll see how successful they are. Alright, in addition, Cape Horn was informed that the king's soul was stolen, and he seems to be trying to convince himself, it's not a problem, don't worry about it. So, interesting. Okay, like I said, here we are at the next scene. We'll stop here for now. Hopefully you've gotten some appreciation for this game. I hope that I explained that whole hiding concept well, because I can't really put into words how much it really adds to the gameplay. I'm having to make a decision every couple seconds with, do I go for it or do I not? And then bearing the fruits or getting your ass kicked. It really adds a lot. Okay, having said all that, I guess I'll stop blabbing. We'll pick up again at this scene. So until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.